Fred Nicholas here. Many times when people begin in our karate program, there are many questions that they have to ask. And certainly we do try to do the best we can to answer those questions. But every day there may be something that comes up that you might wonder, well, what's that about, and what's that about, and why do they do that a certain way? So what we like to try to do is answer some more of those questions for you, give you a place that you can go, that you can see these things over and over again, or if you forget something one time, you might be able to go back and get some of those questions answered. Recently we spoke to some of our families about our advanced training programs. What are we here for? What do we do? Well, one of the things that we believe is the most important thing that we do is we train people to become black belts. Now, what exactly does that mean, to train somebody to become a black belt? You know, a lot of times I think when people think about black belt, they feel and see this lofty, maybe never able to achieve goal that's way off there in the distance sometimes. And I must tell you that I think the journey to a black belt starts the very first day that somebody becomes one of our students, the time that they walk in through the door. Now, no one knows for sure if they will become a black belt or have what it takes to become a black belt when they start. But I can honestly tell you that we've had people of all different ages, physical skills, walks of life who become black belt because they've had a desire to want to become that. Now, certainly there's some other things involved. There's the commitment involved, the guidance that they receive from other family members, from instructors, and then there's a good amount of effort that goes into that also. Let me talk to you a little bit about our process for getting people to become black belts. Within the first 2 to 4 weeks, we feel, our experience has told us, that every student that comes in here has a pretty good feel for if they are in the right place. Children can feel if they're energized in the class, if they like the material that's being taught. Parents can see if what's being taught, not only from a kicking and punching standpoint, but from a values, from a focus, respect, discipline standpoint, is what they want to see in a karate program. And that can easily be done within 2 to 4 weeks. Adult students can feel the same. So everybody has a pretty good idea of what's going on here, what we want, and what they can get out of our program even after a very short period of time. So what we do is we watch our students and see what kind of progress they're making. And again, granted, everyone makes progress differently. Everyone is different. We have to take that into account. Some people, you can tell sooner that, you know what, this is a person that is going to be ready and make a commitment to want to become a black belt. For some other folks, it may take a little bit longer, but we're continuously watching that. Now, when a person gets to the first level, the first belt level, which is the gold belt, very oftentimes we'll sit down and show what's coming up from that point on. Now, please understand, and we know that you first started on a program, you've made a commitment to us, you've gone on a basic program. So very shortly after that, we'll come to you and talk to you about our journey to black belt, which is either done through the Black Belt Club or through the leadership program, which we'll also explain to you at that time. And then the instructors will make a decision as to whether it's Black Belt Club or leadership, which is a better fit for you right at that moment. But at the same time, it's something that we're feeling that the person has a pretty good idea if karate is something that they're going to continue on with. So it's at that time that we do come and start the process. We start talking to you about that. Now, please understand, we're not wanting to twist your arm. We're not wanting to push you into anything. We want you to know how we do this. So we start showing you at the gold belt level. Some folks are ready and say, yes, I want to become a black belt. I'd like to do that as soon as I get my gold belt. Some folks may wait a little bit longer, but still the same. We'd like to talk to you and let you know that that program is out there. Now, why Black Belt Club and why leadership? We as adults all know that it's very important to surround ourselves with people that can be good models for either ourselves or for our children. And I can honestly say to you that I'm very comfortable with the instructors and the models that I have in place at the karate school so that students here can learn the essence of becoming a black belt. And again, that's important that we spend time with those models. Now, here's one thing. Sometimes folks will start a program and they'll feel, well, we'll come to the regular classes and that's the extent of what we're going to do. And that's fine in the beginning. But I must suggest to you that as time goes on, The real value of this program is in the relationships that our students develop with their instructors and the models that they will meet in this karate school. And that can be higher belts, kids that have been here for a while, adults that have been here for a while. But those relationships are very important. And I think we all know that if you develop strong relationships, if you feel that you're coming to a place where you have friends and those friends will help spur you on to bigger and better things, that this then is truly a good place to be. So, why Black Belt Club and why leadership? It's in those training sessions with other Black Belt Club and leadership team members that, again, you get to meet the people in the karate school. You get to train with folks that you would not train with otherwise. And it is very important to be able to train with higher ranking belts. It's in these classes that our lower ranking belts get a chance to do that. And again, it's in those classes that ideas and dreams really start to rise, because kids and adults who are working out with our top level students and our instructors are saying, you know what, that's something that I want to shoot for. That's something that I want to become. So again, the Black Belt Club and the leadership groups are they are the path with which all of our students become black belts eventually. Now, a few other very important things. The martial arts provides a great foundation. So I'd like to put this on your plate. Many times when folks start in a martial arts program, it may be looked at as an activity to try. I understand that. There are so many things out there that kids and adults should be able to try and feel. At the same time, as your experience in the martial arts school goes on, I beg you to look a little bit closer as to what's really going on here. This is a program that teaches the importance of focus, respect, of core values, self-discipline, and these are things that no matter whether the student is a child or an adult, these are things that can only enhance our life. So I would ask you to look at this as not only a program to try, but think of it as a core activity that can lend benefit and lend value for many years to come. And again, we have many students coming back to us who are now black belts who say, you know what, that training has helped me in everything that I do, whether it be school, whether it be work, whether it be relationships with other people. But black belt training is more than just an activity for someone to do. And the longer you're here and the more you're involved with that, the more you and your family will feel that as well. Here's another one very important point. We know anytime that we do a black belt test, we know that the people taking the black belt test would most likely, 95% or more, would not be there without the support and the encouragement of family members and friends. So again, the black belt becoming that is truly a family activity. Everybody needs to contribute in some way or another, but when you do, and when you make that commitment, and when you finally achieve the black belt, it is truly something special and something that can benefit you for the rest of time. So consider our Black Belt Club and our leadership program. We'll be talking to you some more about it, and ask us any questions that you might have. Have a good day.